Well, greetings, friends. It is I, the Shiny Pyroar, and yeah, I just got off with a video call with Richard Paul Evans himself, with about a couple hundred more people. But the point is, he answered a couple questions that we would have liked to know. Now, not all of them are big questions that we needed to get answered. Like, we still don't know if Taylor's parents are alive, because it doesn't mention if they escaped the ranch in time. Anyways, and we still don't know what happened to the rest of the Electro clan either. Like Ian and Zeus and Tessa, we don't know what happened to them. Um, but we're just gonna get right into this because I took notes because I'm a responsible person. Okay, so first, Hatch is probably based off of one of his bosses. I just thought that was funny. It's just a little funny. And yeah, that's fun. But one thing, he might write another book. Like, he asked the whole chat and was like, "What do you guys think if I wrote another book?" And of course, we're all like, "Yes, please," because it's Michael Vey. We all love Michael Vey, right? Like, if you don't, I don't know what's up with you. Go read the book right now, okay? Michael, Abigail, and McKenna are based off of three of his children, actually. Their names and their personalities. McKenna is kind of like a light, and Abigail likes to heal people, you know. So his children inspired those characters, which is pretty cool. Um, he actually met the Amakara. I don't know how you say it. The tribe that Michael meets up with in book three. So that he actually met them and kind of got to know them, and that's how he was able to write into his book. Um, Also, when he was creating the world for Michael Vey, he was originally going to have it based in Utah, but his publisher, Glenn Beck, I think is his name, decided let's change it to Idaho. Why not? So I don't know the exact reason, but they did, and it's fun. Idaho finally gives meaning to. We have Idaho. It has meaning now because it's the base place of Michael Vey. But he went on a mission to Taiwan, so he wanted to base some of it there too, and he went to Peru later on as well, so he wanted to base some parts of there too because he wants to have a lot of different places for this series, and that's probably for the best because Idaho can only go so far as you can. It's great that it branched out to new places. Let's see. So Taylor is actually based off of a cheerleader from his school when he was a kid, and she came to one of his book signings, and Richard Paul Evans was like, "Hey, yeah, you're actually in this book because Taylor's based off of you," and that's pretty hilarious. He did say her name and her Facebook, but I didn't get it, so I'm sorry about that. I can't go back to the video chat, so my apologies about that. But either way, another question. Someone asked if Austin had autism at all, and Richard, he did say that Austin is slightly autistic, and it's kind of, you can see that because he just does bad in social situations, kind of like me, but I don't think I'm autistic. So that I digress. Another thing about writing. Richard says you should write for yourself before fame or money or anything else like that. Writing is just something for you to do to realize like stuff about you. So if there's any aspiring writers out there, don't write for people or anything. Write for yourself, and you'll get the best book possible. He also said to, sorry, essentially he said your book's gonna end up bad at first, but like don't trash it. Go back and fix the stuff. It's like you shouldn't give up. It's important, okay, kids. Okay, so people were also wondering what Elgin kind of stood for. Like, was it referencing something? It basically just means electric generation. So L from electric and gen from generation. So that's a little, it's a little on the nose, but we take that. Um, Another question was why number 17? Why 17 electric children? And also, real quick before this, get on. Michael Vey is the reason 17 is my lucky number. So just gonna put that out there right now. 17 is my lucky number. Um, but why 17? He said there was a reason, but he forgot. Thanks, Richard. I love you, bro. But that's okay. He did say that it probably like connected with Jewish readers because 17 is apparently a lucky number for Jewish people, which is pretty cool. Like the digits combined, 1 plus 7 equals 8, which kind of in turn, and 8 is like a number of long lasting life, so that's part of that as well. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. And when he was writing book 6, Fall of Hades, which is my favorite, by the way, he kind of wrote it like it was a whole big game. It was a complicated thing to write because he had to have characters on each side of the island. Eventually, he got this big piece of paper, wrote the entire island, drew the entire island of Hades, and wrote where each character was at specific times. So it's not just writing that goes into writing, guys. It's literally visualizing your world. Let's see. Someone asked, what instrument would Michael Vey play if he played an instrument? And Richard said, Mr. Evans, what do I call him? Just call him Richard, why not? He said he'd either play guitar or the harmonica, which, honestly, yeah, I could kind of see that. Like, they're both kind of like, I don't know, like, someone who's been captured a lot or something like that. I don't know, like, I don't know. The guitar and harmonica seem to fit well. Let's see. And then Richard also said he doesn't really like to talk about his religious beliefs in his books. Like, why can't we just see, like, the good that the book does? I mean, he is Mormon, but he doesn't really say that all the time. He's like, it doesn't really matter. Why do we have to put a name on that? And that's respect right there. We take that, Richard. Thank you very much. His cousin is actually the illustrator for the covers of the books, and he didn't realize it. So when they had when he was making the book and finally decided to get the illustrator for the cover, there were like 5 pictures on the table or something like that, and each one had a letter like A, B, C, D, you know, and everyone in his crew like, let's go with C. Yeah, C's the best one. So C, that picture, that art was the best. So he went with that and gave the person a call. He was like, oh yes, so where are you from? You from New York? Or like, I've had artists from all over the place. And the guy's like, oh yeah, I'm in Salt Lake City. He's like, oh, someone local, that's cool. And then he's like, oh, I know your mom's name. He says his mom's name. He's like, well, how do you know that? It's like, I'm your cousin. So his cousin is the illustrator, and he didn't realize it until, and he was a pretty big illustrator too. I think he also did the UK version of the Percy Jackson series. That's what the illustrator did. I think his name is Owen Richardson. I think, probably yes. But he's his mom's first cousin or something like that. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's about it. He did say people were trying to make a movie for Michael Vey. The person who made the TV show Heroes wanted to like help with produce the Michael Vey series or something like that. We didn't get any word on the Michael Vey series that I reviewed a while back. Like, I still don't know what that is, to be honest. Like, what is it? No one knows what it's supposed to be, but that's okay. He did say, Richard, go to richardpaulevans.com and sign up for the mailing list so you can get emails about updates for anything to do with the shows or movies if they're trying to make it. So yeah. But one more thing before we go. He did say one of his books is being turned into a movie on Netflix. I can't remember which one. I am very sorry. But I think it was one of his Christmas ones. So there's that for you. Anyway, so that's about it. So thanks for watching, you guys. Michael Vey is a great series. If you don't read it, then you might get smoten by me. Dang it. That was stupid. Anyways, though. So you guys have a good day. Keep your goals high, your expectations low. I'll see you guys in the next one. Braden is out. Michael Vey's lit. Yeet.